It is hot in here, y'all. You know what? I gotta turn on this air. Give me a second. Oh, to God be all the glory. You're gonna hear a little sound of the ear burnt coming on because I'm a little hot, y'all. It's gonna be hot up in here. But anyway, I pray and hope that everyone is doing well as you come on in my live today. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I will appreciate it very, very much. If you hit the like button as you come on in, I'm going to be here briefly with you. I just wanted to just talk about some things today, this evening, because the night is about to end. And I just wanted to just come and get my opinion in and say what I got to say tonight. You know, as you can see my heading, don't dwell with the wicked. And also you can see that in my hashtag Donald J. Trump, R. Kelly, P. Diddy. Hey T, how you doing, love? To God be the glory. Good to see you, my love. Yep, so I had to come with this because God put this on my heart today, and I just want to share it with those of you who've been riding with me from the time I opened this channel about, advocating for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and also for those of you who just been riding with me. You know what I'm saying? For those of you, my supporters that support Trump, my supporters that support R. Kelly, and those of you who feel that there has been some injustice. Okay? Across, hey, Sir McGill, how are you, my love? Good to see you. Those of you who have seen that there has been some injustice in our jurisdiction and what we stand for here in United States of the Americas. And we got this election going on. And I know a lot of you may not be no Trump supporter, but that's okay because he's in this too with us because of the things that have happened to him over the last couple of days. There has been a second attempt of assassination on his life, which I feel people are just desperate out there to silence the truth. People are desperate to this is how this government has been for the last 3.5 years. And we know it's the government who's been, bringing these laws to me that does not justify everyone. They have they certain select. Now, with all of this that's been going on now, we've been hearing like P. Diddy has been arrested. He's now sitting in jail. His bond has been denied. His bond, you see how the media has played on the minds of the of the people, the power that they have, the government, excuse me, to prejudice the minds of the people before there ever be even a fair trial for this man. Now, we that are my age from the Generation X, I'm just going to say Generation X, long time ago it wasn't done like this. You actually, when you did something, you were just held accountable right then and there. We didn't do it after 30 years. We didn't do it after whatever amount of years going on by that we now going to arrest you and hold you without bond and allow, you know, you know what I'm saying? Certain things to just keep going on. If it was done right then and there. And anytime anybody brought to the authorities that you have violated them sexually or whatever, yes, they might have been grilled or whatever what it took. But right then and there, you would have been somewhere in a courthouse, okay? Or even behind bars. We don't do this after 30 years. That you're going to build a case to to destroy someone's character or destroy this person because of the simple fact that now you're not getting what you want. I told you the devil ain't got no love nobody. The devil don't love nobody. So those of you who think that what you did 20, 30 years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, is not going to come back to haunt you. And this ain't God's doing. Well, because when God handled people, he handled them as they go along. He give you time now. Now, this man that we're going to speak on, Robert Sylvester Kelly, he have confessed, he has repented, he has done everything he can. People say, oh yeah, he don't owe you nothing. Everything he owed to God, not man. But he was listening, he was following the law. You said it was consent for an 18-year-old minor, an 18-year-old, I wouldn't even say 18-year-old minor, 18-year-old to be legal. So that's how he looked at it. Hey, you 18, you legal. Now, all that other stuff about these videotapes with some minor and everything else like that, we all heard the trial. Those of us who followed the trial, we heard the so-called girl about in the infamous tape say that, she was consensual. She already said how she was coached to do what she was coached to do, right? Those of you who have followed the trial, okay? And yes, please hit the like button, people. I would appreciate it very much as you come on in. Thank you very much. I see 15 people here in the chat. So, we heard the testimonies. We didn't hear Robert Sylvester Kelly, but we heard everybody else but him. We heard everybody. Hey, how you doing, Cisco? Country Life. Long time no see. Good to see you. Yes. So we heard everybody else's testimony, but we didn't hear Robert Sylvester Kelly. They silenced him. They put mask on him. They did cartoon drawings of him that was really weird. And then on top of that, all the other evil, wicked things they done to him while he was in held without bond and whatever. They made him look like this real old, nasty, perverted old man. Okay? When they did a drawing of him while he was in court and everything. Hey, shalom to you too, Drac. Asa salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Okay? Yeah, so, they did all of these wicked things. And then you looking at the government, and now they trying to they coming for Diddy. And look at the timing of how they coming for Diddy. They waited through all of this about this election going on, and we all not in favor of this woman, Kamala or Kamala, whatever the fuck her name is. Excuse my language, but we just bring those things out of me when we talk on her. Because of the simple fact this woman has not actually given anybody anything about her policy. We all, don't let no. I don't want to get too crazy up in here, but I'm trying to stay calm. And look at some of the things, the conversations that came on about Trump grabbing the woman by the cootie cat. Do not force God's will, Jesus will. Okay, whatever. Okay, so grabbing women by the cootie cat, talking about how he disrespect women, da 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 da. Notice that all three. Forget about color. Move color out of the equation. Don't even look at color. Just look at the evil government that we have been dealing with for the last 3.5 years. Not even before the 3.5 years, but to approve all they said he don't nut still Haven't seen anything proof of all they say he's done. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting too. Okay, nobody had any real proof of nothing that this man had done, Robert Sylvester Kelly. And now this stuff with DT Diddy. Now, I remember, like, if you go back and you listen to some of my videos, what I talked about Diddy, about meeting him, my roommate and everything, who has worked for him in his media department or whatever, because she was studying in communications in the communications department, whatever, whatever, whatever. And at some time, I got to meet him. I got to meet big. What's his name again? The one that's dead now. You know, Biggie Smalls, and a few other people. I never got to see Little Kim or anything, Junior Mafia, whatever, whatever. But I did get to also get a chance to meet. What's the little young boy that used to rock with Junior Mafia and all that other stuff, and with Diddy, and he came for Diddy for some money or whatever like that, and he said that Diddy would whatever his name is. Okay, I got to meet him, but I didn't get to meet him over there at at Big Bad Boy Records. I got to see him at our church function I went to that used him give his testimony and to bring the young people to church that day in Harlem, down on I believe it was on 116th Street in Harlem or whatever like that in Manhattan. He came to give his testimony about the rap industry, the hip hop industry, and some of the things that he has geezer. Okay, he came to give some of the story about some of the things that had happened to him while he was there. He was young, and he was a lost little young confused impressionable young man, and he just got caught up in the rap industry and baze. He gave his story. The one that I forgot his name, but you see that's how important he was to me. But anyway, I got to see him at that that service that night, that he was supposed to be our speaker and our special guest or whatever for the young people. I wasn't that young though. I was already in my 30s, but anyway, I still went. But or approaching 30. I was approaching 30, I think, at the time. So anyway, what I'm saying is that look at what all three of these men got in common. Now, right after Trump was about to be assassinated for the second time, they still want to put him on trial for some some vote. What was it again? Some votes or some stuff like that for whatever it is. Remember they started with Stormy Davis, the hoe, right? Remember the hoe, Stormy Davis? This woman's a stored up porn star. And she came for Trump, and Michael Avenatti was the attorney that was supposed to be representing her, and he also was the attorney for, I believe, the what family was it for what's her name? One of so-called R. Kelly, the hoes from R. Kelly, one of them. He was one of those that was, and then he ended up locked up in jail, whatever, whatever, and he Michael Avenatti. I don't know where he at right now because I ain't been following up. The man been locked up, the key been thrown away, and F. Tory, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. But the key been thrown away and everything, so he ain't important no more. He ain't important. They just like silenced him in jail somewhere and just said, "Shut up, Michael Avenatti. We done with you with his Nike shit, his Nike scams, and all other stuff." I think he was What was her name? Faith Rogers or something like that. He was supposed to be representing for her, and they just threw his ass away and said, "You know what? Just get up on out of here, okay? We done with you." He was a failure, and even representing Stormy Davis and everything. Trump had him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snack, okay? And his attorneys just tore that piece of and threw him somewhere, whatever. But I'm just saying, look at what's going on, and all of this deals with politics now. Every bit of it, whether you know it or not, it shapes your life. And not only do it shape your life in a way that you see, you know, celebrities, in the way you see politicians, but the way you see Christ. And this is what I'm saying. Don't dwell with the wicked. Don't dwell with the wicked. Because I was never really a Trump supporter. But it took me 8 years to get to this place, you know, in my life. I was never a Trump supporter. So don't get me twisted, y'all. Because I was listening to other things other than hearing Jesus when we talk about Christ. And we talk about some of the other men that were in the Bible that were never perfect and who they were before they became to meet Christ and who they became when Christ turned their life around. When I look at the story of Paul, very, very, you know, interesting story of his life and who Paul was and the kind of person he was before his name became Paul. He was Saul, and how God had to transform him into Paul and a follower, one of the best apostles that ever lived, one of the best apostles who ever lived. Okay? And a lot of people have a lot to say about Paul to this day. Paul, that's been ancient years ago. But still in all, it was very, you know, interesting how God used him and how God works. Because the way, like, look at me. I was never a Trump supporter. I'm a diehard fan now. After I done seen the things that has been going on in the cities like New York, Los Angeles, California, places like what happened in San Francisco, the Southern California, whatever you want to call it, and all the other places in our United States of America. And what has happened while we were not being woke. And the things of the so-called Christian churches. 19 to 4 is not good, guys. Hit that like button. That's right, Frankie. Thank you very much. 19 to 4 is not good. I want y'all to hit that like button. Whether you like what you hear or not, just hit that like button. Be good. Be good. God bless you. But anyway, like I said, I was never a Trump supporter. Back in the days when I was a young person, grew up in New York. I was in the corporate world, banking, whatever, business, finance, economics, all of that stuff. Trump was always a part of the conversation around that world I was in, but I never paid too much attention to it. And I know he did a lot of great things for the company that I work for, invested in us and did certain things for us and everything back then. We had a lot of Russian accounts, and we also had, because right then and there, that was keeping us in business, was the accounts. We was a French company, but the Russians was our biggest account, but they were sanctioned with us. There was some certain places in Russia that we ain't do business with, and I ain't gonna say everybody in Russia was our friends, but I'm just saying, even in Cuba there was some sanctions with us. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, there was so, being a businessman and you doing business around the world to turn your money to be wealthy, to turn. Somebody just came in the door. Okay. I'm gonna have to be a little low now. My household, I try to keep it quiet. Okay? But what I'm saying is that he was a businessman and he was a great, but I'm just saying that's how I met him in that world back then. But I'm just saying, right, what's going on today in this world we living in, and the things that's going on in our justice system today is so unfair. These women should be not looked at as far not playing their part in what they did, as far as with these men. Because when you want to be with somebody because they wealthy and they got a lot of money and you like to live the high life, and when the man start losing the interest in you and all of a sudden you want to call rape, that right there to me is not fair at all. You knew what you signed up for. You knew what you was getting yourself involved with. And even if you were young Cassie, when you got involved with Diddy, you knew what he was about. You knew it was about the money, the fame, trying to get your name out there, trying to get yourself a hookup or whatever it was. And the same way I feel about the young ladies that got with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. You knew what you signed up for. Your parents knew. So there was really no rape. There was no sex trafficking. And for these people to sit up here and tell you that BS lie with the biggest crime they committing right now in America, with the biggest crime they committing right now in America, allowing these criminals into our borders, sex trafficking, murderers, rapists, and all these people that are being emptied out of the dreads from the country that they coming from to be in the United States of America. That's a crime. That's a crime. And how it's running our economy, and where our tax dollars is going over to Ukraine and to Russia and to fight all these crazy wars and stuff. That's a crime. People eating people pets. That's a crime. People going in ponds out in the in coming in the United States, going in the pond and hunting down geese and ducks and everything else like that, and killing them and eating them, and only God knows what else they could be doing with them with them pond geese that they finding, and the goose and the ducks that they finding, and what they putting on your table, and these things could be contaminated. That's a crime. That's a crime. You are no better than Puffy. You are no better than R. Kelly. You are no better than Trump. And all Trump doing is sounding the alarm. And just like I posted on my community wall, the stupidest thing about an assassinator is to try to kill someone to keep them silent, knowing that even when you kill them, they're going to be heard louder about your wicked, evil wickedness. And the thing is that it's going to make the people even more woke. Because nobody was listening to Jesus when Jesus was alive. I mean, people were listening to him, but the ones who heard him wasn't being heard. But when Jesus died, he's heard all over the world now. So that's why the Lord said, fear not no evil. Fear not no evil. Because no matter what somebody try to do to you, and especially when you standing for the cross and you standing for righteousness, you know, you be with the Lord, and you're not going to be forgotten. Martin Luther King, he spoke, he integrated us, and even when he died, we got even better as a people. It's for the black people. Some may not feel that way, but I feel that way in a whole lot of ways because I follow Christ. Even when you killed our great leaders, look at Malcolm X. His quotes and everything he said, all the things he spoke, that he prophesied on, lives more today than it did back then. More of what Malcolm X spoke of back then lives more today than it did when he was alive. So the people don't need listen when you're dead and gone. So y'all can go and trying to assassinate President Trump, no matter how many times you don't already tried, and no matter how many times you already tried, you weren't successful. And you're not going to be successful until God says he's ready to take him under. That's when it's going to happen. But other than that, man, you ain't got no power. And no matter how much you're trying to silence Diddy and you trying to silence R. Kelly, his story's still going to get out there. And people going to start listening even more. Because we didn't forget about these men either. Because when the truth got to be heard, it's going to get through one way or the other. It's going to get through. And I'm hearing what Trump is saying more now that y'all been trying to keep him, try to kill him. Now about the Democrat Party. How evil y'all are. And what y'all did to America. The devil know his time is up, so he getting wicked. More wicked than ever. Now they're going to try to get the black people to start getting angry with vote with Trump and everything else. Because now they're gonna arrest Diddy. Because the black people are woke. And let me tell you something about this America, United States of America, because we the people who came here unwillingly. So a lot of us didn't come here willingly. Okay? And without us, and you getting us to be on your side, you already lost the vote. You already lost the election. When black people are fed up with a certain party, as much as you had done for everybody else and we turn away from you, you lost the election. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they mad about. Because they thought we was gonna vote for them no matter what. But now that we woke and we know what they all about, now that they know we waking up, especially us true worshipers in Christ, especially us black Christians that really about Jesus. Not the fake Christians, not the ones that get up on their pulpit and tell you to vote for Kamala and stand with a woman that's against biblical principles. That's what they're afraid of. And we ain't gonna be burning nothing. They gonna be burning. Because you know what? Black people now, especially now that the Christian black community is up here talking. I ain't talking about the fake Christians. I'm talking about us, those of us who truly represent for Jesus Christ. Those are truly that's out here as an ambassador. Hold on. I can't. I'm leaving. You know, sometimes you just can't tell some people anything. But anyway, y'all, let me come back to y'all. I gotta go talk. Okay, I gotta go talk to somebody. I'll talk to you later. Love you. God bless. Peace.